Technology has given us amazing products, but not every idea was a success. Some projects ended in disasters, costing billions of dollars and damaging even the biggest tech giants. In this video, we'll look at the 20 most expensive failed tech projects and the lessons we can learn from them. Microsoft's Zune was launched to compete with Apple's iPod, but it entered the market too late. With iTunes already dominating, Zune offered no unique features, suffered from compatibility issues, and had a poor user experience. Despite Microsoft's brand power, it never gained mass adoption and was eventually discontinued, becoming one of the company's most visible hardware failures. Amazon's Fire Phone, launched in 2014, was meant to compete with Apple and Samsung. But it had a bulky design, limited apps, weak carrier support, and a high price tag. Its hyped 3D dynamic perspective feature felt more like a gimmick than real innovation. Sales were disastrous, and within a year, Amazon discontinued the phone. Google Plus was launched to rival Facebook, but it never gained traction. The platform was confusing, lacked unique features, and user engagement stayed very low. A major data breach damaged trust even further, and with no clear vision, Google shut it down in 2019. Nokia's N-Gage tried to merge a phone with a gaming console, but its design was awkward and uncomfortable to use. With few games, a high price, and strong competition from Sony and Nintendo, it failed to attract buyers and quickly became a commercial flop. Segway was promoted as a revolutionary way to transform urban transport, but its high cost, safety concerns, and strict regulations limited its use. Seen more as a novelty than a necessity, it never gained mass adoption and ended up as a commercial failure. Apple's Newton was among the first personal digital assistants, but it was buggy, bulky, and very expensive. Its handwriting recognition failed badly, turning it into a joke. With low adoption and poor timing, it was eventually discontinued. Facebook's Libra, later renamed Diem, was meant to be a global cryptocurrency, but regulators feared it could threaten national currencies and financial stability. With mounting pressure, technical hurdles, and no real adoption, the project was shut down before it ever launched. Windows Vista launched with big expectations, but users quickly complained of slow performance, frequent crashes, and hardware issues. Businesses avoided it, sticking to Windows XP. The backlash was so strong that Microsoft rushed out Windows 7, leaving Vista as one of its costliest failures. 3D TVs were promoted as the future of home entertainment, but special glasses and limited content made them inconvenient. Many viewers found the effects uncomfortable or gimmicky. Despite heavy investment, consumers rejected the idea, turning 3D TV into a costly failure. Google Wave tried to reinvent communication by mixing email, messaging, and collaboration tools, but its interface was confusing, adoption stayed low, and users never saw its purpose. Within a year, Google shut it down as another failed experiment. Sony's Betamax had better video quality than VHS, but it was expensive, recorded for less time, and had fewer movies available. Meanwhile, VHS was cheaper and more flexible. Microsoft's Kin phones targeted teenagers with social media features, but they lacked basic apps, good web browsing, and multimedia support. Expensive pricing, poor performance, and weak carrier backing killed sales almost instantly. Within weeks, Microsoft shut them down, making Kin one of its fastest product failures. Toshiba's HD DVD was created to compete with Sony's Blu-ray, but most studios backed Blu-ray instead. With limited movies, fewer players, and consumer confusion over the format war, HD DVD never took off. When Warner Brothers switched sides, the format collapsed, leaving Toshiba with huge losses. Yahoo Livestand was launched as a digital magazine app, but it quickly failed. With a confusing design, constant glitches, and nothing unique compared to rivals like Flipboard, users lost interest. Quibi was built for short mobile videos, but it launched at the wrong time, during the pandemic when people stayed home and preferred Netflix and YouTube. With a weak content library, high fees, and no real social features, it failed to gain users. BlackBerry launched the PlayBook to compete with the iPad, but it failed badly. At launch, it didn't even have core features like native email or calendar. With limited apps, poor compatibility, weak marketing, and a high price, users stayed away. Within 2 years, BlackBerry killed the PlayBook, losing hundreds of millions. Theranos promised to change healthcare with blood tests using just a few drops, But the tech never worked, and investigations exposed it as fraudulent. Investors lost hundreds of millions, patients were misled, and the company collapsed into bankruptcy, becoming one of the most infamous tech scandals in history. Concorde was a supersonic jet that promised luxury and speed, but high fuel costs, noise restrictions, and unaffordable ticket prices made it unsustainable. After a fatal crash in 2000 and years of losses, it was retired in 2003, remembered as an engineering marvel but a commercial failure. Google Glass aimed to bring augmented reality to daily life, but privacy concerns, short battery life, and a $1,500 price tag held it back. Few useful apps were made, and people felt awkward wearing it. With poor adoption, Google dropped the consumer version and shifted to business use. Samsung's Galaxy Note 7 became infamous after battery defects caused phones to catch fire and even explode. Global recalls, airline bans, and safety concerns destroyed consumer trust. Samsung discontinued the phone, losing over $5 billion, one of the most costly failures in smartphone history.